The Ho Teaching Hospital has been the first point of call for any major health condition in the Volta region and its environs. One of such conditions is cardiovascular disease, which the facility is ill equipped to treat. According to the hospital management, about 729 patients had visited the facility seeking treatment for heart and lung conditions between January and 18th June 2021. These patients were only treated at the outpatient department level. Those who needed to go under the knife were referred to the Kolebu Teaching Hospital. Professor Frank Edwin is the head of the cardiothoracic center.
The current services we are able to provide here basically has to do with consultation and diagnosis. We can do the barest of the diagnosis. We can do things like ECG, we can do a chest x-ray. The hospital just bought an echo machine to be able to do echocardiograms, to be able to do diagnosis. Some of the treatments that are just purely medication, we can do that. The limitation is when we have to do an operation, because the hospital does not have an operating theater. It does not have a fully equipped intensive care to be able to do that. So,
due to the increasing demand for cardiovascular disease treatment, the management of the facility saw the need to equip its cardiothoracic center. This underpinned an initiative to launch the Save a Heart, Save a Life campaign to raise $3.2 million towards purchasing basic machinery. The acting chief executive officer of the Ho Teaching Hospital, Dr. John Tampori, explained the initiative is geared towards making the facility a health tourism destination.
I must admit that we initiated this project to bridge the gap of traveling miles away to Accra for cardio treatment, and obviously for skills transfer and teaching purposes. If there are emergency cases, referring to Kolebu becomes an enigma, because most of the patients are either unwilling or cannot afford, or the traveling itself can be a real disaster. The initiation of the project is to make this hospital, and of course the university, become the newest tourist center in the country. It must be noted that a fully functional and well-resourced cardiovascular center positioned to holistically manage both lungs and heart diseases will enable the hospital to offer world-class services to its numerous clients.
The Vice Chancellor of the University of Health and Allied Sciences, Professor John Owusu Japon, underscored the immediate need of a well-equipped cardiothoracic center and implored stakeholders to contribute towards the life-saving campaign.
This is something that is very important for the Volta region, and not just for the Volta region, the Eastern region and all adjoining regions. Look, so if somebody is willing to give us 2 million cedis or 5 million cedis or whatever, we will bring him to come and do the shortcutting. It's not, and if he wants his name to be put on some ward somewhere, we will always do that. But for me, the key thing is that we need this facility, because it could be you tomorrow. It could be me tomorrow.
The Ho Teaching Hospital is seeking to raise $3.2 million to buy a heart-lung machine, ventilators, theater equipment, equip the intensive care unit, among other basic machinery to start with. Fred Kwame Asari, Joy News, Ho.